Keep on Home Community. It's Jason. It's been a while since I did a video. It's 8 months, 7 months, something. But I want to do one. I've got so much crazy stuff this year. It's been a lot of online purchases. Obviously, haven't been able to go out much, but still, I've spent way too much money. So yeah, I got so many records. I just kind of want to show them. There's actually one record I was waiting for. It didn't come. I was pushing it. It's almost Christmas, right? Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I was wrapping my kids' gifts. I finished. I thought this would be a good time, and I pulled all the records too. So it's like, kind of want to go through it while I have them all together, you know. So yeah, I'll just start. Well, first we'll listen to. This is Los Jivas. This is the reissue just came out. This is like a grail of grail. If I ever got the originals, it cost a lot of money, but yeah, this is Chilean music, 1970. It's kind of like very tribal, but like jazzy, noisy. It's amazing. That's what I'm listening to. I love this record. Let's reissue 2020. So I'll start with. I just got this today. This is Braja. This is RR Gems. That's the label, and this is really good. This is like, yeah, it's like kind of like funky, spiritual jazz. Denmark. It's amazing. Yeah, just happy to get that second press, but so good. So these are in no order. I was just pulling them as I saw them. This is Eric Stash. This is like kind of free jazz, Canadian free jazz. Same guys that did London Experimental Jazz Quintet. And just took a chance. I didn't know. I couldn't find too much about it online. But it was good. I mean, it's a little more out there, not as good as, obviously, London Experimental Jazz Quartet. But nice full purchase. This is just a classic record, Grizzly Bear, Beckham. I've worn this one for a while. This is just, brings you back to college. Indie. So it's an amazing record. It's like a soundtrack of my dreams. It's so good. What do we got? Oh, so this is all the Salt records. This is Rise. This one just came out. This is the newest release. Salt is amazing. Like, kind of like Afro. It's more like soul, R&B, Afrobeat. They kind of got out of order here, but so here's the other two. This is a Rise. Black is and 5. I don't have 7, but this was cool. This is a Mr. Bongo Press Red. Yeah, Salt is amazing. Like R&B, soul, funk. It's really good. I don't know. It's like neo soul, but it's amazing. 4 albums in 2 years is just incredible. Number 1 Spotify listen for me. 5 was incredible. 7 was so. I mean, I thought it was good, but Black is was amazing. But it took me a little bit of listens. But that's my favorite one now. I think it was album of the year 2020. A lot of lists. So, and then Rise is nice, dude. 4 albums in 2 years, Jesus. I got 2 records from Jorge Lopez Reese. This is Argentinian jazz. This is the U.S. press. I wanted the original press, but I had this on my list because it's you can find. I mean, it comes up for cheaper. It's kind of pricey now, but every once in a while it pops up for like a reasonable price. So I bought this like in the shrink. I still want the original. This is called Amora Buenos Aires. I can't remember the name of the original. It's not this for sure, but it's something else. And here's it was a little later, isn't it? It's from 78, Jorge Lopez Reese. This is the original presso from Argentina. This is Hombre dos Buenos Aires. Yeah, really good Argentinian jazz. But it's kind of like funkier. Yeah, but it's not like funk jazz like Lou Donaldson or something. I don't know. It's really good. I definitely recommend Jorge Lopez Reese if you don't know him. It's so good. This is Caribou Swim. This record, I love this record, and something I've wanted for a while. I got the German press. I heard it was the better sounding, but Yeah, so good. Love Caribou. It's like, electronic indie DJ, but with live music. Gosh, it's really good. This is Phil Woods' Greek Wedding. This, I'm just trying to check the time. 5 minutes. All right, well, I'm just going to get Phil Woods' Greek Wedding. This is jazz. It has like a Greek sound, but like I feel like only the first and the last track are kind of has that Greek feel. The rest of the stuff really doesn't, but it's really amazing. Like uh, free jazz parts. It's so really good. Phil Woods is he's got a couple. I have three of this is my third of his albums. So amazing. I think this is U.S. Press. And this was, dude, I did like great. I've wanted this record for so long. OK Computer Radio. This is the first press on Parlophone. I should have paid. No, I mean I got a good deal on it, but it definitely has some scuffing. But it still plays well. I mean I don't hear too much. I don't know if I hear really. I hear a little crackle here and there, but probably should have paid up. But I love this album. One of my favorites. So stoked to get that. This is Sarathi Korwar. This was his first album I bought last year, just arriving. It was amazing. This is like UK jazz, but it has like, I think he was classically trained in Indian music, so it has a lot like tablas and Indian influence. With like contemporary UK jazz, it's really good. I highly recommend this. Let's see here. This is Milton Nascimento, Patientos Malegres, I think, is the name. There's two Milton Nascimento records I really, really enjoy. I mean, besides Clube Esquina, which is, it's Milton, but I think it's a bigger group of people. This one's really awesome. And I just had the 7-inch, was stoked on that. Highly recommend that one, and the one with it's kind of caricature of him, same year, I think. It has McCartney and Lennon on it. I think it's the name of the song. It's really good. This is another Brazilian record. I've been wanting this one for a while. This is Cesar Morano e CIA, Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is amazing. This is obviously a Brazilian record. I think it's late 70s maybe. It's fusion, but it has like some parts. It kind of reminds me a little of Pink Floyd, like. I don't know, that kind of like psych, but like rock psych sort of, like, I don't know. But it's really good. This is highly recommended. I've wanted this one forever. It's a beast. Cheers, and I should say I'm drinking Newcastle Brown Ale. This is actually the first beer I've had in probably 3-4 weeks. And I used to drink Newcastle all the time, and my best friend is from England, and his favorite team is Newcastle, and he always loved Newcastle. So, but I haven't seen it in the grocery store. I don't know what happened. If anyone knows, and they changed the label. The old label's classic, so I don't know. I'm not really jiving on the new label, and the fact that they're not even. I can't find it in a regular grocery store is a little disappointing. But does it taste the same? But I don't know. It's a little sweeter. I don't know if it's the same company anymore. I'm a little disappointed. But this is the first beer I've had in a while. I've had this open for like an hour, and I barely got a couple sips in. All right. Next one. Let's do it. Celia. This, I wasn't really on the list of beginning of 2020, but I follow Giles Peterson, who's a DJ in UK, and he spins a lot of Brazilian music. He spun this one. It was amazing. So I found there's a couple sellers I follow on Instagram. Had a really sweet price on this for what it goes for, like market. Way under market for a really clean copy. She's doesn't write her own music, which I prefer people who write their own music. Covers is not. But Brazilian, there's a lot of Brazilian. There's a lot of Americans too with it. Like Joe Cocker. She's like Joe Cocker, but a girl, and funkier, way funkier. This is really awesome though. I enjoy it. It's just blabbering on. These are in weird orders. Organic Pulse Ensemble. This is a guy from Belgium. Does all the instruments himself. It's really awesome. It's good. He's amazing. A guy can do that many instruments, but there's something about someone who like only plays one instrument and it's like they're the master of their instrument, you know. So I feel like he's really good at a lot of stuff, but like not amazing at anything, if that makes any sense. Um, so yeah, but dude, it's really good. Um, Kind of has like it's jazz, more spiritual jazz, but it kind of has like a DJ production feel to it. So it's really, I really like it. Highly recommend. I mean, good vibe, not like blow your mind, but like really awesome vibe. This is another sort of similar in the same vein. This is Michaela McCraven, Universal Beings. This is same kind of like contemporary spiritual jazz, but more this guy, Michaela McCraven, is even more of a producer. So it is more he is the drummer. So he's like super drum heavy, super beat heavy. Kind of has that more of like a DJ production. And I show one of my friends who's like used to be a drum and bass drummer, and he loved it. So it has a lot of drum and bass elements as well. And Shabaka Hutchings is on here, so there's a lot of like UK jazz, and it's really awesome. Highly recommend this one too. This is Meta Meta. I think this is more of like the name of it is Igba, but this is Trey Salos, a record subscription that I subscribe to in Brazil. They send me about 4 records at a time. And Meta Meta is probably my favorite band out of Brazil, like newer band, contemporary band, probably last 10 years out of Brazil. Really amazing. If you don't know Meta Meta, check them out. But this is more of like B-side sort of stuff that was on the 7-inch, outtakes, stuff like that. But dude, this is still amazing. So these guys are so good. So this is incredible. This is just B-side. So this is one I got today, sort of in line with the same with Braja I got today too, the first one I showed, and this is Lorenzo Rebetez, O Corpo de Dentro. This is like Brazilian contemporary jazz. I think it's from 2017, but it was pressed in the Japan. So, yeah, Japanese press. This is really awesome. I mean, it's more kind of contemporary jazz, but it has a lot of like those very kind of edgy Brazilian parts to it, which is awesome. So it intertwines perfectly. I love it. It's really good. Because contemporary jazz sometimes can get boring for me. So sometimes it kind of dips into that kind of. It's good. I like contemporary jazz, but I mean, just the whole album of it. You just, I don't know. I feel like you're in an elevator or something. It's not that bad, but it has that elements, but then it has a lot of parts where I mean, it's a little whatever, more carnival or something. I'm rambling. I should hurry up because I can't see the time on my iPad. 13 minutes. I got doing pretty well for the stacks. This is Erasmo Carlos. This was a huge grail for me. I've wanted this one for a long time. A seller I follow. Actually, I bought like 4 other records in Brazil. Probably like 10 records in Brazil. At my mother-in-law's house. I'm hoping she can bring them to me when she comes next year. And like 6. I mean, it's gonna be a long time. 6 months from now. But, anyways, I digress. I bought these after from the same seller, and this is what somebody in Brazil is looking for records would pay for it. So I don't know why he's so generous, such good prices. So stoked to get this. Amazing. It's like MPB soul. It's very smooth, like kind of soul, but poppy, and I don't know. It's amazing. So yeah, and this is Rafael Martini Sexteto, Sweet Onarica. This is on Goma Green, got my favorite label out of Brazil. This one, I wasn't sure if I was gonna buy it. I love the label. I mean, their packaging and usually the music is amazing, and this is good too. But it's more of like classical a little bit. It's like mixed between classical and jazz. So I know the first song's awesome. I really like the first song, but the rest kind of is a little bit more classical. Um, so I wasn't sure, but I know I'll like it. I mean, I didn't used to like jazz, and I like jazz. I can imagine myself someday getting into classical, so I didn't want to miss out on this because it's small press too. So, and I have pretty much everything from the label, almost everything. I'm missing. Well, I'm missing a 7 inch that I really want. And there's a couple. There's a couple of at least original races that I didn't buy that were like they're good, but didn't think it's central. This is another newer band. I think this is from 19 release. Ronin Orchestra. First Meeting is the name. It's an EP. I think technically it's all Japanese players, but it's a like a UK jazz guy, kind of producer jazz guy, and he kind of got them together. I think he wrote all the songs, and but the musicians I believe are all Japanese. This is awesome. This is like kind of the same as like the other Organic Pulse ensemble, but more. I think the musicians are a little bit better, and more kind of like the Michaela McCraven, a little less DJ centered. But it's really awesome. I love this record. This is Miguel Judeo's. This is a record. I mean, this thing is a rarity. So good. And I bought this one. It was really cheap because of the tear. I mean, this record is like a $300 record. I got it for like $100 maybe. So it was like a sweet deal. But the record, actually, the guy upsold it a little bit. It looks clean, but then you really dig in. It's got a lot of scuffing, but it's no big scratches or anything. But it plays fairly well, I definitely could use an upgrade, but this is like hard to find and super funky Brazilian music. This is funky. This is really good. Classic, like DJ sampling material. Dude, I should hurry up. We got a lot of records left. This is Herbie Hancock Mamwandishi. I've wanted this one for a while. I really want this record, but it's a hard one to listen to because, it's kind of a little more out there. My wife's, but she does like Herbie Hancock, so I always like, oh, this is a Herbie. And so she's a little more open-minded because she loves Herbie Hancock. But yeah, I have Sextents. I have this one. I think it's a trilogy. The other one, I have it too, but I have the repress Crossings. It's Crossings. I like to get the original of that, but yeah, this is the On the Green Warner. I was waiting to find it. This one you can find for cheap if you really look. And I waited almost a year. I probably got it for like $25, but it can sell for like up to $50. Not terribly expensive, but was a little Newcastle in my life. Los Jivas is so good. This was the one I just got. It was actually in these. I bought 3. A little out of order, but so here's 2 of them at least. But this is Ahmad Jamal Trio, The Awakening. This is the original press. Was the guy on Instagram? I mean, I don't know if I need to talk too much about this. Who's selling some records from his collection, just had a kid, was unsure about work, so I feel a little bad buying it, but I mean, I got him for a good price, but it wasn't like I paid $5 for him, so I paid a lot of money for him, but yeah, I was stoked to get that one. This is another one I've wanted for a long time. He didn't even have this one posted, but I was just talking to him, and he had the other Eugene McDonough. I was like, oh yeah, that one's awesome, Outlaw's so good too, and he's like, I got that one for sale as well, so I bought that. I was really excited. I mean, this is like, it's soul, but he was very political. It's really good though. I love it. It has a little country tinge to it, which is kind of odd. But he was almost a crooner before. I think he was a crooner, and this was the first album where he kind of got into a little more experimental. And the album after was something Apocalypse. I can't remember the name. I don't know, but I have that one. It's good too. I don't have the OG, but yeah. So those 2 I got from that Instagram seller. These are 3 Tim Maya records. The same package as that Rosamo Carlos. I just I don't know. I don't have any Tim Maya, or at least any like original Brazilian Tim Maya. So these were a good price. I bought them for his first 3 albums. He definitely, I mean, think these are better than the later stuff when he's starting to get into like the 80s. But the stuff to get is like the Soroma releases in the mid 70s. Those are like that's where he was soul. These are soul. I mean, there's some really really good songs. Each one has like a couple of really good songs, but it's kind of there's some ballads and I don't know. I keep showing the same ones. These are all on Polydor, I think. Polydor, and the Red Polar. Yes. So it's still good to have, and you can get these for a pretty good price. The first three. But yeah, when you get into like the Racionale stuff, that's where it really it was more. It was soul, but it was kind of I won't say it was experimental. It's not. It's soul, but it's just a little edgier. It's really good. But those are expensive, so I don't have any. This is another from that label Tres Celos. This is 15. Yeah, this is from that label Tres Celos, the club I'm in Brazil. This is Kiko Danucci, Rastillo. This is really good. I mean, it's all what do you call it? Old fruit, I guess. Rotten fruit. That's the word. But this thing's really good. I mean, he's the guitar player for Meta Meta, which is the other one I showed from the Tres Celos. And he has a really hard edge to him, but he plays like samba, but it's kind of like punk samba, I guess. I don't know if that's... Yeah, he has one album that's like kind of more punk, so I think that's probably a good description. But so this it's like hard too, but it's all acoustic, so it's a mellow... I wouldn't call it punk. It's more like rock, punk, fast rock, like Mars Volta, kind of like Omar Rodriguez Lopez, like, I don't know, but not that crazy, if that makes any sense. But it's really good, but he also has some, like, vocal, like, female vocal stuff going on. It kind of reminds me of Os Afro Samos. If you like that, Os Afro Samos, which is, like, one of the best Brazilian records of all time, for sure. This kind of has the same vibe, but it's a little bit harder. That one's a little bit more it's not melancholy, just euphoric. That one's amazing. This one's good too. So this is this is probably my favorite 2020 Brazilian release. So I'm stoked to have that. That they released that. This was one actually. I haven't bought many collections. I was watching my video before I did this one just to remember where I left off on what I bought, and and I showed a couple stuff I got from collections. I was like, shoot, that seems like an eternity ago, and that was like 9 months ago. I mean, 9 months is a long time, but jeez Louise, 2020 has been so long. It's crazy. I guess that's good. I listen to a lot of music, discover a lot of music. I just feel like there's so many. I'm busy, but time's so slow. I guess I don't know, which is a good thing, right? I mean, I don't know. So, but I did find one collection in the summer, and I put an ad out because it's been hard too to buy collections in Southern California now. Is really tough. Like everyone's buying, and I don't know. I mean, you're watching the video, like the prices of records are insane. Like I regret so much stuff I didn't buy before because I had like a cap, and now it's like twice with my cap. So I'm like, I gotta raise my cap. I just should have bought it when it was, now a reasonable price when I thought I was just a little high. Anyways, I digress again. Too much. But I posted this thing in local ad, and someone responded like, hey, I got a collection. Okay, I came over, and there was like good stuff, I was like, there was this, there was some Bowie, I think a couple Zeppelin records, solid records, but there's also a lot of just really common whatever. So it was like, hey, how much you want? They're like, you know what? They were like redoing their house, repainting it. She's like, just take it. We just want it gone. So I got a free collection. I think this is the only one I kept. I can't remember, but I might have upgraded a couple. But London Calling Clash, classic. I told too much about that. It's just the London Calling Clash. Emilio Santiago. This is Brazilian, another like kind of Joe Cocker-y kind of guy, like a cover singer. And this one was cheap because of there's a piece missing, but this is not that expensive a record. I mean, a super clean copy will cost you like $40 maybe. But this has Bananeira on it. It's really good. I don't know. It popped up from a seller I like, and I try to bulk buy because of the shipping from Brazil. So anything decent, and he has a good price. I probably paid like $25 for it. So I was like, ah, that's cool. This is another. This was a different seller actually. And this one I was a little disappointed. We had a little warp. I had to de-warp it, but it plays good now. Um, but a little more he overgraded. But Samba de Bahia, and this is Riacho, Batatinha e Panela, and this is more like traditional samba, but some about it, I don't know, it's really good. I think just the three of them singing, I think because it's three of them, so it has a more harmonization, it's really good. But it's kind of more of that traditional samba. This is a Ramallo. I think this is from like 80 or 78, late 70s, 80. He did with the Perubu album with Lulu Cortez. So, I don't know. This is like the only one I would probably buy of his. He did a lot of solo stuff after this, but it's just not my thing. This is cool. I mean, this is a pretty cheap record. I don't know. I paid like $15 for it. So, it was. I don't know. It has a couple good songs. This was one of the reasons actually I bought from one seller is this Pasacoas. This is like pretty hard to find. This is a comp, but a lot of songs, I would say at least half, you can't really find on albums. And these are like the cream of the crop of the Brazilian psych stuff from that time. Some Imaginario, which I have. One of their albums is good. Equipe Mercado, Modula Mil, and a Tribu. I think it's a Tribu, is the one who is. I think it's a Tribu. If it's not them, it's one of the others. It's Joycey and Nelson Angelo, which is, I mean, the songs are insane. And they went on, I think right after 70, the same year, the year after, they did the Nelson and, I think it's called Nelson and Joycey album from Brazil, and that thing is like, that's a grail. I mean, that, even when I wanted that one like for a long time, and 4 or 5 years, even that one was probably like $500-600 5 years ago. Now it's like over 1,000. It's just insane. And that's like one of the best Brazilian albums of all time, for sure. That's like top 10. But they have a song on here from a different, I think it's the name that they had, and they only released like a couple songs before they just did. And Nelson Angelo played on Clube Esquina, and then Joycey obviously had her own amazing. She's got a couple essentials. There's one of her albums I really love. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. This is Banda Black Rio, Marcia Fumaça. This is amazing. This is like late 70s funk, soul, boogie kind of stuff. This is really awesome. Really enjoy this one. Georgia Bain, of course, I gotta have. This is what the album acoustic he did with Gilberto Gil. This is the original, Exuma Django. One of the sellers, like I said, I got a bulk buy it, but he had a really clean copy for cheap. It's funny, like I got two sellers, and one will sell one for like some record that for cheap, but the other one will sell for expensive, and vice versa. So you kind of there's like 3 or 4. There's one I really buy from a lot. There was 2 others where one guy had like a couple batches, but yeah, I got a really good price on this. It's super clean. Georgia Bain, I mean, there's a couple. There's actually the one I'm waiting for, I was hoping would come, is sorry, I checked the time here. I should probably speed up. That is coming from Spain. It's been over a month, and that's the one I was hoping would come. It's like, that is my grail Georgia Bain record. It's so good. So it's probably the most expensive one. So I love Georgia Bain. Not all Georgia Bain, but I think that's the last one of my essentials. But this is another. I don't know if I showed this one or not. This is Sylvia. She was married to Eduardo Araújo, and this is like kind of that Brazilian rock, like soul rock. It's really good. God, the stack is huge behind me. Sliding into my beer. I should move it. My new cup. Look at that. See, I told you a half hour. I drink like that much. All right, I'm getting close to the end here. I should wrap it up. This is Drama. They signed this one. This is called Dance Without Me. This is actually the last. Woo. This is the last band that we saw. Me and my wife we saw live. God, it seems like an eternity. In February, before all the madness happened. Um, so these guys did a. You know, at the very beginning, people were doing like live concerts online, stream online. So these guys did one, and you had to pay for it, but you know there was also like an extra tier where they actually sold signed vinyl. So um, yeah, my wife loves these guys, and she got me this nice gift and paid for the. It was like an hour concert, but the signed vinyl was cool. Um, this was a recommendation from Psycho Funk, which Psycho Funk is amazing. Like I when I first started watching vinyl videos, that was like he was one of my. I think he was the first one I watched. Like went back his what do you call it backlog of videos and just watched them all. So good. But this is he posted this one on Instagram. This is Sundrop, um, and this is her first LP. I don't know. I'm a little confused on what's going on there, but it's awesome. It's like I said it was like if Erica Badu went to a the Hawaii and did an album sort of like that. It kind of has that because she's from the Philippines, has like an island vibe, but um, very soulful, but kind of has an electronic, like very produced as well. So it's a little different from Erica Badu, but so good. Um, yeah, this is I'm almost done. Two more. This is Donald Byrd, Ethiopian Nights. This was the third of the ones I got from the seller on Instagram, and this, I mean, in the original press, I mean, it's clean, but it's not perfect for sure. It's a PG plus copy ish. I don't know. And Blue Notes are, I mean, I can get scratchy Blue Notes and they play well for some reason. But yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to get. I just don't see this one. I guess because it's desirable. I found tons of Donald Byrds before and after. I just never seen this one. Um, so, but I got those three for a pretty sweet deal. So can't complain. And then the last but not least, this album is amazing. This is Karaoke de Bass Misterios da Amazonia. Um, this is an amazing like private press Brazilian record from 1980. It's kind of I think he went on to do like classical music, so it's very technical on guitar, but it has like it's very roots from kind of Amazon, like Bid'em and oh man, it's really good. And then there is some like a little bit of vocals on it. It's kind of spiritual, folky, classical. That makes any sense? But this is dude, this is so good. So highly recommend that. And that is the last. So yeah, I guess I caught up. That's a lot of records. I don't have no idea. I guess it went quicker than I had thought. I mean, it's 30 minutes. I thought it would maybe take longer. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to cut down on buying online and try to get more local, which is gonna be tough with everything going on in California, especially. But I just hope everyone has a wonderful holiday and had a great year. And yeah, look forward to seeing what everyone's scoring. I love when people show me new stuff that I don't know, and a couple channels have shown me some of those especially those jazz ones. I got the Braja and the Michaela McCraven and stuff like that I've seen elsewhere, which I appreciate that, and everyone put in the work, new videos, amazing. Anyways, take care. Cheers.